Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In the last 60 days, we've ran over 1,000 creators for our 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands at Reach Digital. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 creators that have performed the best and have had the most amount of ad spend behind it. So let's get into it, with the first ad being Catalog Ad Campaign. This ad in particular is simply just the top selling products showcased as a catalog, and all we've done is added a little banner at the bottom of the ad that showcases across the catalog. So now this is something that works great for brands of all sizes. All you have to do in this scenario is go ahead and create a bestseller catalog set, and then you can go ahead and run it as a catalog ad. Then you can simply upload a frame similar to how we've done over here and add it as almost like an overlay. Why this works well is it attracts both new customers and returning customers. So how we like to segment it on the ads manager side is have two separate campaigns, one targeting new customers with heavy exclusions on anyone who's purchased before, and then we'll have another one with some different ad copy on it targeting anyone who hasn't purchased after a particular time window. Now usually we see a lot of success with this, and we like to monitor on a CPA basis how performance holds, and then we allocate budget towards whatever's the top performing one in this scenario. Moving on to creative number 2, this is one of my personal favorites and has worked really well actually throughout the year of 2023. This is a very simple concept where a user will go ahead and take a photo of the product along with a small sticky note. Now the sticky note can be either on a regular sticky note or something similar to this where it's got a card, and the card just has either the product name with a brief headline across it, or it has some type of benefit written in someone's handwriting, usually not made from AI or any sort of Canva editor of any sort. It's usually quite raw, quite authentic, and it looks really great on the feed as it looks like someone's just posted it on their regular profile. Now something where you can iterate on this is having different types of headlines. So any headline testing you've done previously on the ad account works really well here. You can go ahead and test those headlines on the same concept here, and the variation simply is just you rotating out different types of sticky notes. What's helpful to also test here is once you find something that works, maybe it's a winning headline along with the background, you can go ahead and take that winning headline and also test it out with different product shots in the background. Maybe you can have someone holding it, someone who's an ideal customer. For example, with skincare, it's usually someone who has dry skin or dark spots, whatever it may be. You can go ahead and have someone holding the product along with the sticky note as well. So there's a wide variety of variations you can make from this type of creative, and that's why I love it so much. It's very easy to execute on, especially for new brands, and it's also a very scalable type of content. Moving on to creative number 3, this is more gift focused, a very simple Black Friday concept. This is a bundle that has been tested before Black Friday and has worked very well in terms of both CPA and scale across the account. So this is something we went ahead and simply slapped on a new logo onto it, and this is something a lot of brands do. September and October is usually the months that we like to test different offers, see what kind of lands in terms of efficiency for both new customers as well as the back-end results in terms of gross margins. And then all we do is go ahead and slap a new logo on it, a new headline, whatever it may be. It's very common in the affiliate world as well. It's to just rotate the names but have the same offer. A new customer acquisition offer we ran in September, October, and then in November we went ahead and slapped a Black Friday with the same offer, and we saw some tremendous scale during that month. Now with an ad like this, it's very simple. You get to see what products are actually available for free and what are actually not. So it's very clear on both the pricing and the value that you're getting, or at least giving a customer. This is why a simple concept like this does so well. Sometimes I think a lot of brands like to overcomplicate what an ad creative could look like, but in reality, if your product can be quite straightforward, then it is easy to just run a simple concept like this. Now, this can't be the scenario for all brands. If you're running simple concepts like this, you want to make sure your post-click experience, so your landing page, is optimized to cater for your product if it requires a lot of education. Some variations we made of this creative was actually rotating different types of headlines but having the same product shot. That worked really well to actually increase the longevity of the creative and how long we could run it throughout the month of November, and that was able to allow us to allocate more spend and more dollars to something like this. Now moving towards creative number 3, this is something similar to the previous creators where it shows someone holding the product along with the value that's going to be given. Now in this scenario, it's 2 products. It's got a $36 value along with a bit of FOMO in the image. Now this FOMO hasn't really been tested as aggressively as it should have been done, but what this really does is provide users with some type of idea of when the offer might run. Again, we haven't tested this in a lot of scale, so I'm not sure how this would perform for this particular brand, but we have tested it in some scenarios and seen great success with it. Again, a great call out with the header, free mini shampoo plus plus conditioner on all orders above 75. Again, this gives more of a brand impression of it not being so discount heavy and more so providing that gift with purchase value. It helps keep that brand value quite high and also provides the customer with good amount of value when they're purchasing the product. Now, something that can be run as an iteration of this is having different people hold the product, even showcasing the person in the photo, if it's, you know, a female or a male, whoever it may be. Those are some variations that we see do well, or even having an application, someone applying the product on their face or skin along with the same headline usually does well and helps you truly scale up the creative. So for the last creative of the video, we're going to be walking through a brand called Cuts Clothing. Now they sell clothing for both men and women, and they ran this type of creative. Simple concept to what we've been going through throughout this video has been a static creative with a simple headline. Now, majority of brands, both in our portfolio and across the industry, ran a similar type of creative where it was showcasing the product along with a simple headline. Now this headline would most of the time be around a sale creative. So in this instance, it looks like almost an AI generated content, but it is a guy in the Cuts Clothing jacket along with the Black Friday 30 to 60% off site-wide text. Now this works really great for user acquisition. It shows both the product as well as the value. It's really not as complicated in terms of diving into the details of it. It just works well. It's very simple, provides value. A lot of people are probably aware of the brand, and what this type of creative does is actually just brings that awareness out to everyone and says, hey, we're finally, you know, running the sale, go ahead and purchase it. With apparel in particular, a lot of people ran a lot of the ads towards collections page. Now that's great because it provides, especially for apparel, it provides a lot of users to go ahead and browse through a variety of options to go ahead and add to cart. A good thing that Cuts did was they included 30 to 60% in the creative, which I think is great. It's almost like very similar to how a lot of brands run up to 30% off or up to 50% off. One of our clients ran up to 60% off, but not all products were 60% off. So that provides a lot of users to have more higher quality clicks going to the site because they want to find those 60% off products. So that's something Cuts and a lot of brands executed quite well on. Now that's a wrap for this video. If this has been helpful, please like and comment below. Let me know what you guys want to see more content of. I'm again trying to get more consistent around this, so hopefully you'll be seeing more pieces of content come out weekly from me and the team. Again, if this was helpful, please subscribe, feel free to share, and let me know what types of creators worked for you guys during November.